Hi there everyone, welcome once again to the Performance Centre here at Howley Hall Golf Club in Leeds. I'm Ryan Rastall, PGA head professional here and also equipment expert for Golfshake.com. We're going to take a look at the brand new Callaway Paradym series of drivers in just a second, but if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. See loads more content from all of us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. Right, let's have a look at these. So Paradym is a brand new family, a brand new name to Callaway. Normally this kind of every other year of a product cycle, Epic would be the driver that's coming out, but Paradym represents a complete paradigm shift in the way that Callaway are thinking about producing drivers and some of the technologies that they've got involved in them. So the models I've got here at the moment are the Triple Diamond version, but we've also got two other models which we'll talk about in a second. But we are going to talk about the tech, we're going to talk about how each model should perform, and also try and kind of find out which one would maybe suit me the best. I'm thinking the Triple Diamond one straight off the bat. In this Paradym family, we have three different models. So we have Paradym X, we have the standard Paradym, and this one, the Triple Diamond, okay? All of them feature some very similar technologies and also have slight differences as well. So we'll talk about those. One of the key ones for this year is the forged carbon chassis that this driver has. So there's 360 carbon all the way around. In the crown, it's called triaxial carbon. So this is something Callaway have used in crowns before. It makes it extremely stiff, but also extremely strong and light. The way this carbon is forged is lots of different splinters and shards of carbon are then compressed and forged together to make something that's quite a technical kind of shape, but also something that's going to give us great features and benefits when hitting golf shots. So it's going to be aerodynamic, it's going to be really light, it's going to be strong. We've then got the weight cartridge in the back there. So in the Triple Diamond model that I've got here, we have two movable weights in the head. When we look at the standard Paradym driver, we can see we have a sliding weight track in there instead. So we're able to move that 15-gram weight into the heel or the toe to really dial in the head when we use the cog system on the neck as well. So we can make it draw bias, we can make it a bit more fade kind of bias if we want to, but it also helps us to shift the weight around and really dial it in for every type of golfer really. When we look at the Paradym X, we'll see we've just got the weight at the back there. So that's going to stretch this head out. It's going to move the weight away from the face, make it extremely stable and also easier to launch. It's probably going to be easier for that player who maybe needs that bit more draw bias as well. So jailbreak is something that we've seen in previous models of driver all the way back to Epic and the original Epic when it first came out. And it's this stiffening of the head. So remember when we saw it to start with, it was two bars that were behind the face, really stiffening the head. We can see now that this has evolved again to this kind of wishbone looking structure that we see in the head. That basically stops the deformation of the head. It gets more energy back into the golf ball and helps us to hit the ball a bit further. That combined with the AI face that Callaway use, again, allows us to hit the club face in various different places and still maintain ball speed. And one of the big things with Paradym is that Callaway are saying that they've not only made the ball speed better, so it should come off the face quicker, but they've really concentrated on that downrange dispersion and tightening that in so that when we don't hit a good shot, we're still hitting the fairway or somewhere close to the fairway. We've got lots and lots of technology in there to talk about. But how's that going to transfer to when I hit it? Well, let's go and find out. So let's hit a few then with the Paradym Triple Diamond driver. I've got it set, it's the 8-degree head. I've got it set at normal, sort of standard setting really, because 8 degrees is what I've been using in my driver for a while. So I'm hoping this is going to be fairly comparable. I'm also trying a shaft that I've been trying for a while, which is KBS TD, which again, I've found has been pretty good for me as well. So let's try and have a few hits with this. I would say as we sit it down, what I really like about it is it's quite clean looking. We don't have the Callaway chevron on the top of it. It's, you know, it's quite a nice dark blue kind of color on the back of the driver there. It's more gloss than we saw in Rogue, with it being that kind of matte black finish in there, which I really like this. And there's a definite contrast between that crown and then the sort of titanium part of the face as well. So let's give it a hit and see what it sounds and feels like. Generally, when we hit carbon drivers, they sound a little bit dead and a bit dull, so we'll see what this one's like. Sounded pretty good, felt very solid as well, so bit of a push down the right-hand side there, but we're still in play. I mean, like I say, feel-wise, it doesn't feel like a carbon driver that I've hit before, so which I quite like. It sounds a bit more metallic and a bit louder kind of sound that you'd associate with something titanium. I don't know if you picked that up on the video, but yeah, certainly first hit there sounds and feels pretty good. Let's hit a few more. A bit better, I think. Yeah, I'll take that one. A little bit of a pull, but it's okay. I mean, it looks to be spinning and launching quite low, which is good, and that's kind of what this model of the driver is designed to do, be quite low spin, low launching, which might mean that I might need to tinker around a little bit with the loft and the way it's set up to make it suit me better, but certainly I love the feel of it, love the shape of it. Interesting to see the numbers. I've not got any of them up on the screen here at the moment, but yeah, love the look of it, love the feel of it. And like I say, I'm going to hit a few more now and then we'll take a bit of a look at how it's performing. Now that I've had the chance to hit a few more shots with the Paradym Triple Diamond driver, we can see the results that I'm getting are pretty good, to be honest. So it didn't feel like I was swinging it particularly fluidly today. Got a bit of a sore back, but speed-wise, a little bit down on what I'd normally swing it, but the numbers are pretty good, and certainly the ball speed I'm getting has been decent, about 170 miles an hour. Normally I'd get to maybe 173, 74 if I was swinging quite nicely. That being said, the performance is very good. So that's kind of what I would expect to hit a good driver as it is. So it's carrying 290, 314 total, which is really good considering, like I've said, the ball speed and club head speed that I'm delivering are a little bit lower. The spin is definitely lower than I would see with my own. Launch angle felt a little bit lower, although looking at it on here, it's not too bad, around the 12-degree mark. But potentially I might try lofting this up a little bit, which is something unheard of for me, because I'm normally around 7-8 degrees I'm putting drivers down to try and control the spin and bring that down a little bit and the launch down a little bit, because I normally hit the ball really, really high. And we can see it's still getting up to 112 feet in the air on average there, which is pretty decent really for a driver. Certainly from hitting them here, first time I've used it in the Performance Centre at Howley, it feels great, looks great. Those of you that have used Callaway drivers before will absolutely love it. And it seems to be very, very accurate as well. I've hit some absolutely awful strikes here, and you know, a little bit cutty out the heel sort of shots, and they've still ended up maybe just missing the fairway, but certainly a hell of a lot straighter than I would have expected with my current driver and ones I've used before as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed that bit of a look through the new Paradym range, and also the other heads that we'll be testing when we get them here at Golfshake. But for now, if you've got any questions about Paradym, please pop them in the comments section below. You'll see lots of players out there on the PGA Tour now gaming this driver already because of the performance benefit that they're getting, and looking at some of the Callaway stats that we've seen from the likes of Rahm and Schauffele and Rose Zhang as well, who've been using this driver. It's very, very good. So please put your comments in the section below. If you've got any questions about custom fitting or Paradym or any of the stuff that we've covered on the Golfshake YouTube channel, please don't be afraid to ask. Pop it in that comment section below, and we'll see you all very, very soon.